man, we are live. Welcome to the Talk Back Live Network studios. I'm your host, Joshua Midgett, here in the building, ready to go, man, for another edition of Talk Sports Live. Glad to be back live with y'all again. It's been a while since I have been on to do this thing here, man, in this form of fashion. But I am glad to be joining y'all as always here again. So, man, there's so much stuff I want to get to, want to talk about here in the next few minutes with y'all. And I see plenty of people coming on in. If you are, come on, join the rooms. Plenty of room around the table to join me here on today. So, man, as y'all see in the title, man, several things I want to hit on and want to get to on this Monday morning. It is July 5th, 2021. And shout out to everybody getting up on this day after Independence Day, 4th of July. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I know everybody, at least most people, had enjoyed the weekend off. So I'm definitely happy about that. For you and for everybody. And if you didn't, hopefully you still got time to spend with your family, or maybe you might even be off today. But regardless, man, definitely I hope y'all celebrated however you chose to celebrate. What's going on, Leon Mapstone? I see you in the building. How you doing, man? I see some more people coming in. Y'all come on in. And one thing I always say, to emphasize before every video, go ahead, if you're watching right now, and you support what we're doing here, of course, independent media is what we are, Talk Back Live Network, control everything that we do. But if you support what we do, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're in right now, challenge everybody that is watching currently to go ahead and hit that like button right now. If you haven't done it already, go ahead, just do it. You can do it while you're watching me and my face and everything we got up on the screen right now. Just go and hit like. And we would definitely appreciate that. It goes a long way to getting the video out there to more people as well. Also, you can share this video as well. Just hit the share button in the bottom corner, and you can share on your profile as well, so more of your friends can join in on the conversations that we have here on Talk Back Live Network. And today, of course, Talk Sports Live, as you can see there, by the graphic. And there's some things I want to get to today in the next few minutes, and I definitely wouldn't mind getting you guys' thoughts on what I have to say as well. Of course, the phone lines will be open shortly. I do want to at least get my thoughts out there before y'all call in, but I definitely want y'all to leave your comments and do what you do. Once again, if you're coming in, see more and more people coming in, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're here right now, Robert Lee, Leon Mapstone, all the other people that are there, hit the like button, hit the share button, and we will be on and popping. So today, man, it's a Monday, and you always know that's the start of a new week when it comes to news and sports and everything like that. You got the NBA Finals tipping off this coming Tuesday with the Phoenix Suns taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. I think that's a matchup that nobody expected, to say the least. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to get into something else here. And it's interesting how these type of topics can kind of come out of nowhere and become a big deal, right? One of those things where you look at it and nobody could have anticipated this becoming a big story, right? It's not even something that's on your radar, that you're even thinking about, in the mainstream, so to speak. It shows that you never know what's really going on behind the scenes with your favorite media personalities. But I'm going to start off with this because I already see getting up this morning, it's a topic of conversation, and it was definitely trending on Twitter and all over social media on yesterday. And that is the situation with Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. If you don't know who they are, they're ESPN personalities, two big name ESPN personalities. Now, Maria Taylor hosts shows on college college football analyst, as well as being a host on college football shows, and as well now hosting a pre-show for the NBA with their crew that they have with Jalen Rose and Jay Williams, Adrian Wojnarowski, Maria Taylor as the hosts on there. But you also have Rachel Nichols, who's been around a long time. Has been with TNT, is now with ESPN currently. She hosts the Jump show on ESPN. And of course, she's the white woman on the screen there. And Maria Taylor is the black lady there. So here you had an incident that went down this weekend where a recording was released of Rachel Nichols in a private conversation with, of all people, one of LeBron James' top advisors. Adam Mendelsohn is his name. And the whole conversation was accidentally recorded. I guess she had her camera on and didn't know the conversation was recorded. Evidently, this happened a while ago, about a year ago. All of this went down, but it's just coming out to the public. But in ESPN circles, this has been going on for a while as far as the drama. And it's created drama within the work environment where you got people in Rachel Nichols' camp and Maria Taylor's camp that are kind of butting heads on the situation. And now it has come out for public consumption. So at this point, here's what the story is. So Rachel Nichols, the white woman there, she was on the phone with Adam Mendelsohn, LeBron top advisor, for some other reason, to do with interviews, whatever the case is. And let me read from the story here. This is what I'm reading from is the Chicago Sun-Times. Now, the original story is from the New York Times that put it out. So here it is. A leaked recording of a phone conversation from last year has created a difficult situation at ESPN that is pitting two of the network's most visible female broadcasters against each other, according to reports Sunday in the New York Times. The dispute goes back to the broadcast of the NBA Finals last year, when ESPN executives selected Maria Taylor over Rachel Nichols, the black lady over the white woman there, to be the primary host of the network's coverage. So in the recording, an unhappy Rachel Nichols discussed her frustration about not being chosen in a phone call with Adam Mendelsohn, who was a longtime advisor of Lakers star LeBron James. She expressed her opinion that Taylor got the assignment because ESPN was feeling pressure to improve its record on racial issues. And I'm going to read the quote here, and I actually have the actual audio that I will be able to play as well. And I want to get you guys' thoughts on actually hearing it, but I'm going to read the quote here since it's right here in front of me. This is what Rachel Nichols said. She said, "I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world," Nichols said in an audio excerpt published by the New York Times. "If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I know," she says she knows, from personally, from the female side of it, just go for it, but find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it from me or taking my thing away. Now, the New York Times said this call was recorded by a camera in Nichols' hotel room that enabled her to appear on ESPN from the bubble. So it was her camera. The content was recorded to a video server at ESPN headquarters where any number of people could have had access to it. So this wasn't somebody tapping her room. This was from her camera, and she didn't know it was capturing everything she was saying and recording it to the ESPN headquarters. Now, at least one person at ESPN recorded the whole copy of the phone conversation and started spreading it around ESPN, and that's what started to cause some problems in the workplace. There was only one person that was disciplined over the incident, a digital video producer who ESPN's human resource department shared the video with Miss Maria Taylor. So here's what happened. Basically, somebody that knew Maria Taylor saw this or heard this and got a hold of it and said, hey, I think you need to hear what she's saying about you to somebody, with some type of influence. And this raises a whole other sector of conversations and discussions when you talk about the dynamic that's happening here. You have the media dynamic, you have a power dynamic, and you have a racial and sex dynamic. When I mean sex, I mean male and female, both of them being female. So you got all that coming into play here. Here's the thing. And there's one part that's kind of getting lost, and even in the audio that I have here, it doesn't play another part that I heard yesterday, and I was trying to find that video, but a lot of that, the longer version is not being shared. It's this short version where you have Rachel Nichols talking about, hey, I understand ESPN. Basically what she's saying, I understand ESPN wants to give her a position that I feel that belongs to me because of ESPN's poor record on race and having women of color in these positions. But what she's saying is, it's mine and don't do it at my expense. Now, Rachel Nichols is one of those women that a lot of Black people felt she was an ally to the cause as a white woman. And she's come out and said a lot of good things. But a lot of people now feel that all of that was fake news, so to speak. So I'm going to play some of this from the phone conversation that was put out by the New York Times. And hopefully y'all can hear it. It's a little low. And I guess it was just recorded kind of low, but it's been put out there nationally. So I want y'all to listen and then give me your thoughts.
They said to me, hey, instead of hosting the NBA Finals, why don't you do Doris's scouting reporter job for the NBA Finals? Because guess what that would clear the way for? For Maria to do the hosting for us. Yeah. So I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is like, I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your like crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself like know personally from the female side of it, like go for it. Just find it somewhere else. Like you're not going to find it with me.
So that's the interesting part. She said you're not going to find it with me. She says she understands the issue of diversity, and she says being a woman, I understand diversity because her being, she says, I'm a woman. I get it. I get diversity and needing to fight up from the bottom and this, that, and the other. But she also says, don't do it at my expense. So she feels she was entitled to that position being hosting the NBA Finals. They did put Maria Taylor in that spot, and Rachel Nichols did end up doing sideline reporter work during the finals. And this was last year in the NBA bubble in Orlando. So with all that being said, it's entered into this whole dynamic with race and white privilege and things of that nature. I see several of y'all already putting it out there about white privilege. Robert Lee is saying that already. And here's the thing that gets me. This is something that, in my position and being in media for over 10 plus years, and, my dad, y'all know Bob, has been in the media much longer than that. But in our experiences, just being in this area, in the Memphis area, you will see a lot of what I feel like you're seeing right here. Whenever there's a situation where you have a white person that may put out there publicly how much of an ally they are of the cause of Black diversity, of Black voices being out there, they'll say this, they'll say that. They may even do a few things here and there. But when it really comes down to the rubber meeting the road, are you really down for it or not? Or are you only down for it when it doesn't affect your life? Are you only down for it when it doesn't affect your life? And what it seems like here is because it was affecting her life, what, in my opinion, her white entitlement kicked up. It bristled. It came out. Maybe she didn't even know it was there. And she's like, I understand what they're trying to do for these people, but don't do it to me. Don't take my spot. That's what it sounds like to me. And there's a lot of that going on everywhere, especially in media, especially in jobs across this country, and not just in sports, but everywhere. We know about it. I know about it. When you just think about this, everybody, a lot of white folks are cool with black people doing this. They're cool with black people protesting this. They say, oh, I support y'all doing that. Y'all should fight for whatever is yours. But when it starts affecting them and they get called to the table independently, they can watch it on TV and support it. They may even come out with you. But don't come to their business and point out the fact that you ain't got no black people working there. All of a sudden, they're going to turn into a whole nother person that you didn't recognize. The white sheet is going to emerge itself, and all of a sudden, they're going to have a problem with you. And that's exactly what happened here, in my opinion. What happened with Rachel Nichols, when they were going to replace her with this black woman that has worked herself up. Maria Taylor has done a lot at ESPN, is incredibly talented. I believe, and I've seen her throughout the years on there as somebody watches ESPN a lot. Does an incredible job, incredible host. Can talk about anything. But Rachel Nichols and her white entitlement felt like, hey, don't take my spot. Chill out. I like you. I support your rise to power and you getting all these promotions, but don't take my spot. How much of that's going on in the real world and in America and everywhere else? Just because you're you feel like this person shouldn't take your spot. Now, look, I get it, right? Nobody wants anybody to take their spot necessarily. But it's funny how people are all for diversity and inclusion with race and will speak out on these things, except when it comes to your front door. And it came knocking at Rachel Nichols' front door. She couldn't handle it. And not only could she not handle it, she got caught talking about it. Now the whole world knows. Everybody loves Rachel Nichols, right? I like her as a commentator. She hosts a show every single day on ESPN, nationally, national TV, with other black men every day talking NBA basketball. But I wonder what's going to happen now. Because everybody's talking about this. You can't hide from it. We heard your voice. What's the next step? What's the next step? And ironically, all of this is coming out when Maria Taylor, the black woman here, her contract is coming to an end at ESPN, and they are in negotiations right now to renew her contract because they've been giving her more of a prominent role, and they don't want to lose her right now. And ironically, even more so, the NBA Finals start tomorrow. And Maria Taylor's been the host all year through the playoffs. And her contract is over. So what's going to happen with that? And how is all of this going to play a factor in what's going on? Now, what's interesting also, you got a lot of people at ESPN, black men, black commentators that are on every single day. Some of them that work with Rachel Nichols, coming out in support of Maria Taylor, talking about how talented she is, talking about how they have her back no matter what, talking about racial inclusivity. How does Rachel Nichols feel about that? How's that going to affect that environment? It's very interesting. But the bigger thing to me, I want y'all to know and to be careful. whenever you see, I'm not saying don't trust anybody, but beware. When you see a lot of these white commentators speak out in favor of racial inclusivity, in favor of black people, and saying, oh, I support this, I support that. Watch them by their fruit, as the Bible says, right? Where's the fruit? And the fruit from Rachel Nichols and came out behind the scenes. What I'm saying is, don't just trust what you see out on Front Street. Because I know, from interacting with some of the folks just on the local level, they ain't really about it behind the scenes. Because if they were, look at the example in Memphis. We got 92, just in a sports example, because that was the world I was in, in sports media, and still are. You got 92.9 ESPN in Memphis. You got Sports 56 in Memphis. As much as you hear some good conversations that go on about race and Black Lives Mattering, right? You didn't really see any action taking place. And you've seen a little bit. You'll put one in there, one black, to hopefully pacify the movement, to pacify these black people that start to speak out when they start to get a little uncomfortable. But if you're really about what you say you're about, with all the black talent in this city, you would have more than just one in an entire media setting. You can say that for all these networks, not just sports, but everywhere else along the dial. And this is just in the media aspect. So, this is just another example. I think Rachel Nichols was revealed for what she really is. I'm not saying she's a Negro hanging racist, but she does have some prejudice, especially when it affects her personal life. Question is, how's she going to respond to this? Now, last thing I want to say, and I'm going to read some of these comments here, and I'm going to put the number on the screen for you to call in and give your thoughts as well if you so choose. Last thing I want to say on this, the part that was not in that recording that I just played, it was in the longer version that I saw yesterday. Adam Mendelson is a top advisor for LeBron James. And LeBron James is, superstar athlete, face of the NBA, one of the faces of sports are all over the world, right? Has been extremely outspoken and active when it comes to issues of race, not just in sports, but in voting, in politics, and everything else. I wonder what he thinks about his top advisor, who sounds like a white man, clearly, on the phone. And here is what was not in the recording here, but was in the longer version that I listened to yesterday. He was joking with Rachel Nichols about Black Lives Matter and the Me Too movement with women. He said, when it comes to Me Too and Black Lives Matter, this is just exhausting, isn't it? And they were laughing about it. Basically to say they're sick of having to deal with this all the time. So what does that say? What does that say to you? What should that say to LeBron James? Should that have LeBron as a black man, an extremely powerful black man, and one of his top advisors is saying something like that, which sounds like a direct contradiction to everything LeBron believes in? What is that going to do? And he's sitting there having this conversation with Rachel Nichols about what she needs to do, how to maneuver around this black woman potentially taking her spot. What is LeBron going to do? I think that's something to watch too. Don't leave him out of this. So it's just real interesting to see what people really think behind the scenes. So that's something I definitely wanted to get you guys' thoughts on as well. And there's the number. If you want to call in and give me your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree, it is more than open, and y'all are more than welcome to join me in the conversation. 901-213-6020. There it is on the screen now. I thought I had it. There it is. 901-213-6020. is the number to call. What do y'all think? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm taking it too far? Or what? Look at some of these comments here. What's up, Verdell? Kelly in the building. Robert Lee says, white privilege. She felt as if we have always put white first. Now that you're putting black first, she's in her feelings. And Robert Lee also saying, speak, that's it. So he's agreeing with what I'm saying as well. And the more y'all that are watching, give me your thoughts, man. How do you feel about what's happening here? Is this just a microcosm of what's happening everywhere in this country, in media, in the workplace, and everywhere else? It's just very interesting to me to see how all this is playing out. I know for a fact that when it comes to media, this is definitely a true thing. It just got put on Front Street. So, again, we'll see how this continues to develop. But there's one thing about it. I don't think she can hide from this. Her being Rachel Nichols, the white woman there. I'm curious if she's going to address it on their show later this afternoon. Or are they just going to gloss over it and try to move on? But no matter what, man, it's got to be addressed one way or another. So, again, the phone line's open if you want to give your thoughts on it still anytime throughout the show. Now, another thing I want to speak on is, well, here's a phone call right on time. Let's go ahead and go to the phone lines.
Call from
Robert.
To accept, press 1.
All right, we got Robert on the line.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's going on, Josh? Now, I'm going to do it real quick because I'm up here on the job.
Okay.
Look, like I said, white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is, first off, she said it.
Yeah.
You know, ESPN had always had a problem with always putting white first, looking over the black commentators or even Latino. We talking about black, but looking over other groups and always promoting the white commentators, whether male or female. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, and then when she was in the private conversation, she's saying it. Wait a minute, I'm at ESPN. I'm white. I need to have that job. We always have the prime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what she said to me. Like I tell people all the time, just like you were talking about, you know, they call themselves to be allies. No, bro, you got to understand. At the dinner table, like I said, I always respect y'all show. The N-word, we are the N-word at the dinner table, just like in her hotel room. Now, she didn't use that term, but that's how she feels. When white folks are when they are alone behind the scene, they speak how they really feel about us as black people.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she did. She told her honest feelings. Look, I am a top white female at ESPN. Look, yeah, I understand that they try to move some black folks up, but look, don't move black folks up because of me and move me out the way. What's going on? I'm white. That's what she said.
Yeah,
I mean, we can't get around it. And just like you said, I like what you said when you talk about allies. Look. Number one, black folks got to understand, a lot of time when these white folks out here talking about we with Black Lives Matter, we with diversity and this, that's called PC, politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think that I'm with you. I don't want you to come after me. But like I said, at home, watching the game with my partners or with my girlfriend, I am tired of these N-words. Always complaining. I wish they go away. I wish they would stop doing this. But then when the camera come on, I love black folks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with these black folks and this, that, another. So again, this is just prime proof to everybody. The commentators at ESPN that are black, check this. Here's a white person, whether she's female or male. It just so happens she's female. Listen to what she just said.
Yep.
She don't want you black folks to come up. Not at expense of me. You're not going to move me around. Baby, she did the NBA Finals this year. You could do it next year. What's the big deal? But now I'm a white person. ESPN has always promoted white over black. And I understand that y'all have to do the diversity thing, but don't put this black woman over me because I'm white privilege. And for some reason or Josh, a lot of us black folks, we just cannot accept the fact that white folks don't like us. We just really, we can't accept that as black people.
Mm-hmm.
We just ridicule. Now, what you said about LeBron James is one of his advisors. Well, that might say something about LeBron. LeBron ain't finna open his mouth because sometimes we got to understand, yeah, LeBron James might be one of the top athletes or best in basketball or all time. And this, he might be bought and paid for why he ain't gonna open his mouth up.
Oh man,
because see, he ain't finna mess his money up. He's not finna come to the defense of a black female. Now, has anybody, I mean, it's out now, so we can sit back and see what LeBron gonna say. Is LeBron gonna say the normal thing that we say in the black community ain't my business? Because if I open my mouth and say something about this white female, the white folks that give me a check, the white folks that's helping me with my school, the white folks that's giving me my commercials and this, that, and other, my tennis shoe, am I finna lose that?
That's a thought.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a thought now.
That's a thought.
And I'm
Go
curious.
Ahead,
I am curious to see if he does have a response, because I will say, to the credit of a lot of black athletes, even some at ESPN, they have come out publicly behind Maria Taylor. Several more than I would expect, to be honest, from football and basketball, and even some that work with Rachel Nichols on a daily basis. So I'm curious how, what LeBron's response is going to be, because again, his advisor is the one talking to her. So who knows?
And giving her the pointers of how to get past these black folks. Do this, do that. This is how you do it. This is how you play it. So in other words, LeBron, one of your advisors is telling a white individual how to get over on a black person. How do you feel about that? Will he always be your advisor? Can you say that what he's advising you on, financial, your career, your legacy, is he really doing a good job behind it? Because look what he's doing over here with this white woman. Black folks, I keep repeating, I like what you said, Josh. You was dead on point. We got to stop always, as soon as they love us, just because they at the picket line with us talking about Black Lives Matter or they with us or this, that, and another. Them folks ain't with y'all all the time. A lot of times white people get on your bandwagon to help their image.
Absolutely.
You see,
that does happen.
Yeah, I'm with the black folks. See, I'm fist in the air with them and this, that, and another. But as soon as you turn around, you finna affect my job. You finna boycott a business. You finna remove the money, or black folks finna pull away from me. Hold on, wait a minute. What y'all don't need to be doing that. We need to keep protesting. We need to keep marching. No, don't mess with no money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told people before, we're not doing the blueprint that the elders left us. Like I said, no, don't take your money off the bus station, off the bus now. Because, see, that's messing with us. Keep marching. Keep doing speeches. Keep doing poems. Keep doing art. But don't actually go after the finances. See, as long as y'all keep marching and protesting, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, just like they do us, try to counsel us like this is counsel culture, that white female need to be counseled. Black sportscasters, athlete, she need to be removed. She need to move from ESPN because we can't trust her.
That's a thought.
That's what they do. That's what they do to us.
That's true.
What we gonna do? Maybe she go through some diversity training, and maybe no, she need to be removed from ESPN. Let her go somewhere else. Let her go to FS1 or something. I don't know, but she needs to get off of ESPN. She needs to go away. Because they do us the same way. If it would have been reversed, if that was the black woman that said that, they would have came out. You would have had the conservatives hollering, the y'all privilege and all that would have said the same thing about us. So, wife, for my last thing, let somebody else get in. My last thing on this statement, I'm with you, bro. This right here, I'm not saying she's a racist, but she kind of close to it. I ain't gonna call her a racist, but you mighty close to the door. You ain't got your hood on. You might have a sheet on, but you ain't got the hood on yet. You see what I'm saying? You ain't graduated. Yeah. Right. You a probate. Mm-hmm. You a probate. You ain't quite. We ain't finna give you a hood yet. You see what I'm saying? We gonna let you wear your white sheet, but you ain't got your hood yet. You ain't ready for that yet. All right, Josh. Let me let somebody else get in. Holler at you, brother.
All right, Robert. All right, that's Robert Lee with the call. 901-213-6020. And like I say, man, this isn't a thing where, I feel like every white person that's an ally is lying. I'm not saying that at all. But I want people to be real as well. And this is an example of the real world. Don't be a sucker either. That's what I'm saying. And I think this once again, she revealed how she feels when it came to her front door and affected her life. It is what it is. But if you disagree or have a different thought, you're more than welcome to call in 901-213-6020. And it's kind of a bigger issue too. When you look at the ESPN, the network as a whole. Do you feel like they created this whole dynamic where in one way you have two minorities battling each other for one spot, where you have a black woman and a white woman, which white woman is considered a minority, fighting for one singular spot. I've seen some women say that they're trying to pit two women against each other, black and white, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, if you want to give somebody a spot, then the other person feels some type of way about it. I don't know. Are you pitting one against? I don't know. But y'all give me your thoughts as well. Once again, Maria Taylor, the black woman, her contract is up. And it's up in the air whether she resigns or not. And from what I've heard, she's not taking it easy on ESPN as far as her demands on her new contract, which, hey, as much as they've used her, I don't blame her. You go for what you feel you are worth. But again, let us know your thoughts. Do you think, as Bob puts in the comment here, do you also think she needs to go away? Meaning, do you all agree with what Robert Lee was saying? Do you think she needs to go away? Rachel Nichols. And also Maria Taylor, do you think she needs to leave ESPN? Don't need to re-sign with them and try to expand herself outside of that network that doesn't seem to be for you anywhere. Or maybe they were giving her promotion. So who knows, man? 901-213-6020. Once again, if you're in or you're watching right now, hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate those of you that already have. Also, you can go ahead and share this video as well. It will be much appreciated. I see Frankie, good morning, coming in as well. See Verdell and Kelly, good morning to y'all. If y'all are still in and joining the conversation there. Next thing I want to hit on. Didn't get to talk last week about this, but I had so many thoughts, and some of y'all saw my Facebook posts on this. Penny Hardaway has committed to stay with the University of Memphis, and somewhat old news now, middle of last week when all of this was finalized, so to speak. He doesn't have a new contract or anything, but he did say, hey, I'm staying. I'm down for the cause. I'm not going to Orlando, even though he did take the interview, which did show some amount of interest. It's not like he didn't have any interest. He wouldn't have interviewed for the job if he didn't have some degree of interest. And I give Penny credit for, if you saw his video on Facebook, he all but admitted, hey, Orlando would be a dream job. And he would love to go there if the time is right, after he accomplishes what he feels he wants to accomplish here in Memphis. But as of right now, he wants to finish what he has started here. And I don't blame him. You feel like you're finally making some progress after last year. You win the NIT. You have some people bought in that weren't originally bought in. You got some really good recruits coming in this year. He had an outstanding summer and offseason with bringing in new talent after the few transfers that they did have, guys that decided to leave, like DJ Jeffries and Boogie Ellis, who were big parts of the team last year. But then you bring in guys like Earl Timberlake, who was projected to be a first-round pick in the NBA draft. Or when you bring in other guys, there was a commitment yesterday, as a matter of fact, Right here, Noah Batchelor. Yesterday, a 4-star committed to the University of Memphis on yesterday. Took a picture with Penny with his official visit. He's a guy that's a shooter, from what I hear. Big guard that can shoot the lights out. So you can never have too many of those. But so Penny's got that coming. And I think even the biggest addition of all of them is Larry Brown. You see right there, coached Allen Iverson to the NBA Finals, won an NBA championship with the Detroit Pistons in 2004. Detroit Pistons team I remember very well: Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, a team that didn't have any real superstar power, but they were gritty, they were grimy, they were rough and tough, played great defense, and they were led in a leader in Chauncey Billups that went and beat the Shaq and Kobe Lakers in the NBA Finals. The only team to do so in that run of Shaq and Kobe in Los Angeles. Larry Brown was the coach of the team that defeated those guys in the finals. So this guy has a ton of experience. Won an NCAA national title. Won an NBA title. One of the very few coaches, if only, to do so in his career. So for Penny to finally get this guy locked in, I think that speaks volumes. And me personally, and this is just speculation, I feel like him interviewing for the Orlando job might have had something to do with Memphis allowing him to hire Larry Brown. Because if you remember, and I know this is the Tom Bowen era when this happened, but the university was pretty much against Penny Hardaway hiring Larry Brown to be on staff in the past. And they've constantly stood in the way of this happening. But Penny says, well, Orlando does have a job open. How about I interview down there if you're not going to let me do what I want here? And suddenly, Penny says, hey, I always wanted to stay at Memphis. Even though he took an interview in Orlando, there was a reason for that. And suddenly, not even an hour after Penny puts the video out that I'm staying at Memphis, boom, all the news wires says Larry Brown has agreed to be an assistant coach under Penny Hardaway at Memphis. So somewhere the door was open. Y'all could just leave that as it may, so to speak. But I think Penny is playing chess, not checkers, so to speak, when it comes to what he wants. And he got what he wanted when it comes to that. And to show how this does matter. I know Larry Brown's 80 years old now. People say, what are you going to do with an 80-year-old man coaching a bunch of college kids right now? Well, number one, Larry Brown is currently a Hall of Famer at the NBA level and the coaching level, period. Has coached all sorts of Hall of Fame talent up and down the spectrum, even coaching in Team USA. So has won an NBA title. Has coached one of the greatest players of all time, Allen Iverson, right there. So just think about that. Think about the fact that you got that on your sideline. All that experience. And two, you think, well, these players ain't going to know who Larry Brown is. Well, Mr. Noah Batchelor, the latest recruit and commitment to the University of Memphis, right there, 4-star 2022, he said in a quote, well, why are you coming to Memphis? Well, they got Larry Brown, and he's a great coach. And he brought up Larry Brown before he brought up Penny Hardaway. So what I'm saying is, don't think these folks don't know who Larry Brown is. And don't think they don't know how that can affect their career going forward. These kids want to go to the NBA. And Penny has been playing that angle ever since he got the job at Memphis. He says, if you come to Memphis, I can help you get ready for the NBA. That's been a similar pitch that John Calipari has said throughout the years. I can help you get to the NBA, is what Calipari said over the years. But Penny Hardaway said, I can get you ready for the NBA. Penny has the advantage. Calipari coached in the NBA for a little while, but Penny Hardaway was a superstar in the NBA. He went to the NBA Finals with Shaquille O'Neal in Orlando. He beat Michael Jordan in the NBA playoffs. Come on now. He has one of the highest selling shoes, second to Michael Jordan, in the shoe game. So he has plenty of NBA experience. And then you add to the staff a guy that has coached in the NBA for seemingly thousands of years. And of course, that's an exaggeration, but I'm just telling you, you can't get any better than that. Then you talk about Cody Toppert, the third assistant now, a guy that's been extremely valuable on the recruiting trail on the bench. He with his NBA experience as well. So you can't really beat the crew he's developed in the coaching staff, and that's just going to make things that much better on the court. Because if there's one thing that some have still continued to criticize Penny on, and that it's never been the recruiting trail, because he's always gotten players. It has been on the court. I don't think he's a terrible coach. I think he's consistently improved with his on-the-court coaching. But that can only get better with a Hall of Famer on the bench. Just think about it. A Hall of Famer sitting right there next to you, and you need help in a situation. Larry Brown has seen every situation possible that a coach can see. So you're going to have some help sitting right there next to you that can help get you through a tough spot. And he doesn't want to take over now. You know Larry Brown's not trying to take anybody's job at this age. At least he doesn't have to worry about Mike Miller looking over his shoulder trying to throw a banana peel in front of you and try to steal your job. Yeah, that's what Mike Miller was doing. That's what I always felt. You better believe Mike Miller was getting ready to stand up if Penny was going to Orlando. You better believe he was ready to step in there and steal something else. That's neither here nor there. I don't like Mike Miller as much as these other folks like to tell you about how great of a human being he is. I've heard some stuff and I don't like it. So that being what it is. You know, Penny had nothing to do with Mike Miller being on the staff. That's number one. And number two, you better believe it's a reason Mike Miller decided to stick around in Memphis and coach in high school. Just happened to coach Jonathan Lawson at Houston High, who's now University of Memphis commitment as well. Now, just think about that stuff now. Just think about it. But Penny's got the job, and Mike doesn't have any way in unless Penny decides to leave. So we don't even have to worry about that angle. But I'm just telling y'all some facts. Some things to think about when you like to put these certain people on a pedestal. It is what it is. Verdell says, Penny showed them my way or the highway. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. And I commend Penny for doing so. Show these folks who has the power. Of course, the athletic director and the president of the university have the power. But Penny is it right now. And he knows it. They know Penny's a moneymaker with tickets and everything else and national exposure and commitments and reputation of the university. You can lie to yourself all you want and say about Memphis's history and all this stuff, other stuff. But Penny is what's lifting up the profile of the university right now. It just is what it is. So he knows he has that pressure, and they don't need to lose him right now. That's why he did the Orlando interview, to get what he wanted in Larry Brown. GKP in the building. What's up, man? He already says, man, Larry Brown will be the head coach next year. LOL. You know that ain't true. Come on, GKP. You coming in hating already? Hating already. Come on, man. Larry Brown will be no head coach next year. No way. No way. Larry, too. Look, he could be an assistant where he can sit down most of the time and relax on the bench. Maybe if he needs to get up every now and then and point something out, that's fine. But they got a nice cushion chair for Larry to sit down and relax and give advice when needed. I don't think he's trying to get up and be nobody's head coach right now. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. He did coach SMU a few years ago. SMU of all teams, and did a pretty good job. So I'm not saying he can't coach anymore. What I'm saying is being an assistant is a lot different than being a head coach. And I think Larry knows, and I think he's like, hey, Penny, I'm willing to come and chill. And if you need my expertise, I'm here for you. GKP says, like the lady on Martin says, that's what I heard. Yeah. Okay, that's what you heard. Well, that is what it is. But again, I'm happy. Larry Brown's coaching in Memphis, and willing to see what happens going forward, man. But if y'all got some thoughts on that, let me know. 901-213-6020. Just got a few more minutes left, and one more thing I want to hit on when it comes to NBA. Also, if you got some thoughts, what I talked about with Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor, a lot of y'all just coming in with that conversation, missed a chunk of what I was saying there when it comes to Maria Taylor, Rachel Nichols. If you still got some thoughts on that, feel free to let me know. A lot of y'all know what's going on there. Private conversation between Rachel Nichols and Adam Mendelson. If you don't know who that is, I didn't know either until yesterday. He's a top advisor to LeBron James. But let's go to the phone lines again.
Call from.
That's what I heard.
All right, that's what I heard. Welcome to the show. How you doing this morning?
Y'all already know who it is.
Yeah, I think
my groggy voice. I'm just getting up, man. And you in here on live just speaking this nonsense like Larry Brown is all of a sudden a Memphis savior, man.
Yes, he
is. Are we
is.
serious here?
Yes, we are.
I mean, come on, man. Larry Brown to be the head coach. You know what this is all about, Josh.
No.
Come on, man.
I don't buy it.
We on here really talking about like Larry Brown is going to take the Tigers to the championship? We're already discrediting Penny, man. Come on now.
No, it's not no discredit. It's a fact. You got help. I ain't saying Penny can't do it. I ain't saying Penny can't do it. I'm saying he got some help. You know what I'm saying? You got a little boost.
What is Larry Brown? You just said what help Larry Brown gonna be. Get him a comfortable chair. Get him some of those, what's the commercial? Foot doctor.
Yeah.
Get him some of those.
Yeah.
Because, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Are we really believing Larry Brown still has something? I know this may be, going to tick off some of your fans. I don't really care. What are they going to do? Okay?
Yeah,
now, Larry Brown, man, let's talk this guy.
Okay.
Okay, he ruined Allen Iverson's career. They made Allen Iverson just act like he was the best thing that happened to him when we all know that Larry Brown ruined his kid.
He ruined his career? Where did you get that from?
Come on, man.
Man, look, first of all, I was a big fan of that team, even though they didn't have nobody. I ain't gonna lie to you. That went to the final. They didn't have nobody. Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, you know what I'm saying, and old Mutombo and Iverson. That showed how great of a coach Larry Brown was to even get them folks to the final.
What did he do at SMU, man? Let's just talk. What did he do in his last appearance in the game?
He did okay. He did okay. It's SMU. There's only so much you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for saying that. And that's all I'm saying. It's only so much Larry Brown is here to do. Okay? This guy's not going to take us over the top. I really hate that he came in here just to be this shadow standing over Penny's, shoulder. And now everything that goes wrong, we're going to be right on these timelines talking about, well, should Larry Brown be the coach? Come on, man.
Well,
this is nothing but a major distraction for our city.
Well,
Come
look,
on, bro.
I'm going to tell you this. I will give you credit for one thing you said, because Memphis fans are crazy, much as I love them. They're crazy. And they are crazy enough if Penny does lose one game to somebody. They're going to be saying, well, Larry, I think he might do a better job.
You go. Look, what the conversation is going to be.
You are right, but that's stupid, though. That would be a stupid statement.
So why bring in Larry?
Because he helps. He's old. He's an old head. You know what I'm saying? That's needed in the conversation. Look at the assistants he's got. Not knocking nobody else. You get my man Coach JJ Jermaine Johnson over there. You know what I'm saying? Who I think did a good job last year. You got Cody Topper. You need an old head. Throw an old head with some experience in there. With everything else you got, and you got a nice gumbo of coaching thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why don't we just go get Bobby Knight on the phone or something? I mean, where's Nolan Richardson when you need him? I mean, come on, man. Larry Brown, bro.
Well, I wouldn't hate.
Really serious here?
I wouldn't hate Nolan Richardson.
Larry Brown.
Yeah, my boy Larry.
Oh, my God.
My boy, Look at that picture. Look at that picture of him and Iverson there. You see all the knowledge he's absorbing.
Look at Iverson's face like, man, I wish they'd give me somebody who knows, dude. This guy here. Look at his face, man.
No, he's absorbing the knowledge. You know, he went to the finals, man. Come on.
Okay, look at Penny. That's the game. He went and put the glasses on and stuff for y'all because they was talking about him so bad. He had to take his kicks, he had to take his kicks off a couple of games and put glasses on just to try to make the folks give him some good compliments or comments on the threads. Come on, bro.
Well, glasses make you look smart. Here. Look, first of all, I got glasses right here. I mean, look at the transformation. I feel smart already. So I keep some. Every now and then. I mean, you catch me in mind, but you know what I'm saying. We all know what it's about. You know what I'm saying. You're not. Look at you. Yeah, boy, you look intelligent. There. Yeah, look at it, man. I got the white shirt looking like a lab coat now.
That's it, man.
You know
that's it.
So yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's what they want you to do. See what I'm saying? That's it. You may even get an assistant coach job. I mean, come on, man.
Hey, first of all, I'll help. I won't lie. Like Penny, this is what you need to do: pick and roll. Boxing.
Yeah, I mean, Verdell says these people aren't real fans when they want to change. We know they're not real fans, Verdell. That's what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're bandwagons.
Yeah.
They jump here and they jump there.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'm saying is that bringing this guy in is nothing but another distraction that'll end up in division amongst the fans.
Well, okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I hear that now. I'm looking at Frankie here. She says, how many violations has Larry Brown accumulated? Now, look, I was trying to not even bring that up because it has been like tons, like a whole lot.
Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie. Let's be 100 here. So that's even more reason why we know the powers to be want this guy to come in and seem like, you know what I'm saying, he's rejuvenating his coaching career, and he's going to take the Memphis Tigers and Penny over the top with his knowledge, as Josh said. Man, come on, bro.
Just loads of knowledge. And look, despite all, hopefully he doesn't bring his knowledge of how he gets recruits.
Knowledge of violations, cheating, and hustling. You know what I'm saying? And side dealing.
Look,
come on, man.
We don't need that knowledge. And I have a suspicion Memphis already knows how to do all that. But nonetheless, we got Frankie also says they'll probably get Larry Brown a scooter to get around. And see, now y'all talking about the man. I'm sure he can walk.
Man, come on. They're just being real. There you go, Verdell. Yeah, they wear them when they go before the judge, too, like that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
You still going to get your sentence, buddy. Okay? You didn't have the glasses on. You was out there murking people. Okay? Don't put a suit on now. Put the same white beater and black gloves and black mask that you had on when you was out there in them streets. Okay?
First of all, I mean, anyway. All right. So Jet says, my concern is when Penny progresses further in the coming years, the national white guys can't wait to heap that onto Larry Brown.
There you go. Now, man, that's me and Jet. See, Jet, sometimes you know how to come to the light. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those days because he's understanding. He's seeing the light. I don't know what Josh is on, even with his glasses on. You know what I'm saying? Coming on here talking about Larry's gonna save you. Sound like your pop. You sound like your daddy. Okay, that's what you're doing. Because there's no way you really believe in heart that this guy is gonna make a major difference in what Penny is doing right now.
He already is helping. Like I said, my man. The recruiting, I'll admit, I didn't know nothing about the guy before he committed, but my man Noah Batchelor, see him there, looks like one of the contestant on The Bachelor, but he's a 2022 4-star, white boy there. He committed, you know what I'm saying? He can shoot the ball from 3, from what I have been told, a sharp shooter. So, I mean, and he already said, in a quote, and I read it yesterday, he said, Larry Brown is a great coach, and he's looking forward to coming. Now, he didn't bring up Penny, which is kind of funny to me, but nonetheless, hey.
There you go. Come on with it. He looks, and this guy here looks like he's a swimming championship away from being Michael Phelps. I mean, I have to see what his game looks like because the picture, looks like he's about to go dive in the pool right now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
See, all this discrimination going on. But
I'm just saying, man. He didn't even mention Penny. Come on, you know what's going on here, Josh.
Jet says 3 colleges and 3 sanctions in the end.
There you go. That's that knowledge. That's that knowledge Josh talking about. That's that intellect. That's that, you know what I'm saying?
But look, he's not in charge.
Wily veteran we need. Yeah, he's savvy and he's wily. Okay?
Well, look, you got to be slick sometimes. But look, nonetheless, he ain't in charge. Penny going to control all that with the compliance office and violations. Larry is there to assist. He ain't going to behind the bag and throw money around and try to pay. He ain't got that. I'm sure somebody else got that bag.
The question in the room, Josh, is assist in what? At 80 years old, been out of the game, last coaching job, SMU, non-successful, even though you want to say you did okay. Come on, man.
Well, look,
okay.
Hold on. Let me go back. And I'm glad I looked this up, because we can't let this foolishness go any further. Here it is. According to SMU's website, in 2015-16, I thought I remembered this, right? They finished 25-5 with a 16-1 record at Moody Coliseum, which is the SMU stadium, and they were second in the American Athletic Conference, the mighty AAC, with a 13-5 record. They were 24th in the country. They got as high as 17. And
they did.
Yes, so there you go. Look,
I remember that. But look,
I mean,
that
come
was
on
a
now.
team full of seniors.
It don't matter.
Those were the big boys. They were headed out. They were grown men that he inherited.
He did get some big guys. He did get some. Look, and I remember because
come on, be real, man. Those guys were grown. I remember the team.
Think about it. Okay, look, I'm gonna go back even further. Larry Brown was coach of the district. Let's see, he was named in 2013-14. He was named the USBWA district something coach of the year. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but he
you don't even know what that is.
I ain't never heard of it, but he was
a
finalist for coach of the year, and they were number 1 seed in the NIT. The year after that, it's the NIT. It don't matter. Then the year after that, they finished 27-7. So they were really, really good when he was at SMU. I don't know if they could cheat it or not. Who cares? They were really good, and that wasn't that long ago.
You were working that computer good, but I mean,
sir.
It's non-convincing here, guy. Okay, the guy. What is he going to bring to Memphis?
All that winning. Jet saying, look, okay,
all that winning,
27-7. I mean, how much do you need? Jet said he was a boxing champion. I didn't say that the WSB or whatever the heavyweight division. It did sound like that, but it was something coaching. It was coach of the year. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he's gonna spar with the players after practice every day. Come on, man. It's this guy here.
He's too old for that now. That ain't gonna happen.
Oh, I mean, he was a boxing champion. You shouldn't forget.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a coach. What was that? Let me find it and make sure I got that right there. That was the WSBWA.
Oh my goodness, that's the World Wrestling Association. We don't even know what it means, bro. Come on, man. We don't even know what it means. Why are you trying to find and pad this guy's career? Okay, we've already summed it up. Jet said 3 schools, 3 sanctions. Over.
Look, it don't even matter, man. You do what you got to do
for a career. There.
Look, he's coming. He ain't gonna be in charge. He's gonna be the assistant, and that's all that matters. Leon Masto says, "Oh Lord, nah, don't worry, Leon. Don't let GKP get you worried."
Leon, you better worry.
Don't.
This guy here that's coming in, man, we don't know what.
Don't worry.
To win a championship. We're going to be back like we was here when we thought we won it with Derrick Rose.
There you go. Well,
man.
Well, see, that Mario Chalmers messed all that up, man. But,
sanctions coming, okay? You better check him out good. They already signed the paperwork, though, I'm sure. That's what Memphis does. And then our teams end up paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at the only blemish on Penny's record this far.
Yeah.
What did it include? a player that we relied on to go to the next level. And we always get dumped back down.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
He went to the next. He did go to the league. James Wiseman, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, but we didn't go to no
we didn't.
league.
Yeah, we didn't.
Okay,
but
Memphis didn't go nowhere. Yes, James went. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But it's our team in Memphis that suffers because of these decisions these coaches go and make, and then they don't want to talk about it. They try to keep it under the table.
Well, speaking of that, Riddell says less money got to be thrown around under the table with the name, image, and likeness. That's right. See, I'm glad he brought that up. With this new situation, you know what I'm saying, the NIL, name, image, and likeness with the NCAA, these players can get sponsors. You know what I'm saying? They can do what they got to do now. So they ain't got to try to cheat. You know what I'm saying? So Larry ain't got to worry about that part. He can focus on coaching. And,
well, Robert, just let me say it then. I don't like Larry Brown. Not for Memphis. No. I mean, I'm sure that's been obvious from the jump of the phone call. But no, I think this is a bad move, and I don't like it. I want Penny to just show us that he's going to shine within his own, with his own kind of staff like he's had so far. We know Mike Miller hated. Mike Miller left, so, you know what I'm saying, everything you said about that was the truth, Josh. That was true.
Oh, I know.
I believe Mike Miller was kind of slick with his move he made, and I think he had some intentions there. You know what I'm saying? That he ain't really bringing to the forefront.
Yeah. He knows what he's
doing. Even from his kids' perspective, you know what I'm saying?
By
right, we all know that his kids should have been headed to Memphis, but do we think he's going to come now?
No.
Or what's going to go on with that? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Mason. You ain't got to worry about Mason. Mason Miller heading this way.
Yeah, you know what's going on. He went right over to the school to coach him.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He was going to take some time off. Remember what he said to Memphis? I just want to. But then you go take the head coaching job
at Houston High.
Son's school.
Houston High. They won a state title with Jonathan Lawson. Jonathan Lawson, who's a Memphis. They got him to transfer there. But
I believe there are ulterior motives with Mike Miller. You know what I'm saying? He loaned Penny the floor from his house and stuff for the March Madness and all of this stuff. You know what I mean? But then you turn around and you was shite. You left. You know, you didn't really want to build with Penny. You know what I'm saying? Or at least under Penny. That's how I see it.
Under. That's the thing right there. Now, if he I'm sure he would have let Penny flip-flop and be his assistant.
There you go.
Look, and that's keeping it real. Now, Verdell says, is anybody going to get on the King Cotton commercial with Penny? So trying to see if Penny can work a deal out with King Cotton to get
Larry Brown show better not be. He can't eat too much bacon and stuff like that no more, man. He's 80. He gotta, you know what I'm saying, do some different things now. He's probably mostly vegan at this age, you know what I mean?
I'm sure it's all whole wheat toast at this point.
Yeah, you know what's going on. And everything has to be kind of soft, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to do too much chewing on too much stuff, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
Look,
but I mean, I don't want people to think I just, dislike.
No, it's too late. We know you do.
Larry Brown is, he a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Respect, but I don't want him in Memphis. Okay, let's just be that. He could have went back to SMU or go back to the NBA. Go to the Big Three league and coach. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Ice Cube them a shout out to you. Yay! Maybe he can go do something over there. But don't come to Memphis with this. I ain't got time for it.
Hey, look, all I know is it is what it is at this point. Because I got to get out of here, man. Took all the time. I was going to talk about the NBA Finals. I know you're excited.
It's all good, man. I ain't excited about that. No one's really caring. We know Phoenix is probably going to get it in 5 or 6. If Giannis is not healthy. If Giannis is healthy now, hey,
it might be a series.
See no reason they shouldn't go. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. But if Giannis is not 100%, then, Phoenix probably in 5 or 6.
I'm hoping Giannis is healthy because I think it's going to be a lot more interesting. But if he's not, then it's going to be could end up being pretty boring. But we'll see, man. But I don't think anybody predicted this. I know that much. Phoenix and Milwaukee in the NBA Finals. We can't say this was rigged. I'll put it that way.
Well, and we can say this. The only reason the Phoenix Suns are really there it's because my player went down. Kawhi, because GKP said so. Y'all already know what's going on with that.
Yeah,
I mean, they took my star out, and everybody knows at averaging 30 points a game. Look at the losses, 4, 5, 6 here, there. If Kawhi would have been on that floor, hey, Phoenix would not where they are. But then
I know what would have. I'll say this: I know what would have got y'all over the hump. If Larry Brown was coaching the Clippers, then you probably would have made it.
Coaching, I don't even care if Kawhi on the team. I ain't supporting. Okay, in no means. I wait till Kawhi get another coach or get another team. I don't want to see Larry Brown on nobody's sideline. Can you imagine him in the pennies? You know how Penny don't be dressed.
Yeah, the phone
think
posits.
Larry Brown gonna come out there with the pennies on?
The phone posits, yeah, put them things on.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Okay, he better go get him some of those arch supports. Know that commercial where the people be crying.
Yeah.
And then once I stepped in them,
the good feet.
Come on, man. Yeah, the good feet store. Come on, bro.
But we ain't advertised. But anyway, Verdell says Larry Brown would probably endorse Depends or something. And see, y'all are just slandering this man.
Hey,
he don't look like he got
his market value. That is in his market value.
He don't look like he wear diapers, man. He's a pretty good shape.
That's in his market value. They can make some special ones for sideline. Sideline Depends.
What, they gonna have a Depends giveaway at FedEx World? I know they got a lot of old fans out there. I can't lie.
the first 1,000 people get a free Depends box, right? Come on, man.
Look, with a tiger on it, right?
Larry Brown's face. I know you got to get out of here.
Man, let me get out of here, man. This is ridiculous. That's
enjoy my time, man.
All right,
y'all already know who it is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do, man. That's GKP had to give his 5-10 cents in to end the day, man. But y'all let me know how would y'all feel about the Depends giveaway? Larry Brown's face with the tiger on the back of the Depends. First 1,000 fans get a free Depends as well as a King Cotton hot dog as well, man. But nonetheless, let me get out of here. Verdell last day, he says round 1, no AD. Round 2, no Murray. Round 3, no Kawhi. That's true. The Suns have had a favor. A lot of injuries, as Verdell says, helped them out. Frankie says, you are correct concerning Mike Miller. Yes, ma'am, Frankie. I appreciate you confirming that. I think he's a slickster, and he has friends in the booster club at the University of Memphis. The whole reason he was on staff was because somebody insisted, had a lot of money, insisted he be on staff. Sure, Penny wasn't happy with that, which is why Penny in turn used his power to get Larry Brown on the staff. And I don't knock him for that. This is the last call I'll take.
Call from.
Y'all already know who it ain't.
All right, we ain't know who it ain't. Well, something like that. Jet, what's going on, bro?
Y'all already know who it ain't.
This is true.
No, I just want to say, since we're coming up with slogans and names for Larry Brown coming in,
all right.
Since he's so old, as GKP pointed out, to him and Bergie pointed out to it, he's so old that you know how the Grizzlies used to say we don't bluff.
Yeah.
Whatever. So for Larry Brown, we're gonna have a saying like that. We're gonna say get off our court. Because he's an old man to get off our lawn.
Get off our lawn,
Get off our lawn. Yeah. It's gonna be get off our court.
Oh, man.
His little wheelchair or whatever he have out there, a little hover around.
Yeah, look, and it'll be a hover around. Exactly. That's what I was thinking about, a hover around. You go all the way to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, screen printed in tiger blue. Yeah.
With the phone posits on.
But even with all I said, I wanted Larry Brown as that coach, considering the coach that they were looking for, right? Because he can only help and he can't hurt. Mm-hmm. Right now, if they get caught cheating, that's if they cheat and get caught cheating, that's purely Penny.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna hire somebody. Penny has been under investigation since he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a penalty coming down now,
mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna go hire Mr. Penalty himself,
It'd be like hiring Jerry Tarkanian if he was still alive.
Yeah.
You know, somebody with that kind of clout. And if you're going to do that and to cheat, that ain't on Larry Brown. Larry Brown is not in the position to be cheating, you know, or whatever. He's not in that position at all to be cheating or anything. I remember when they hired when they first hired Tubby.
Yeah.
And I talked about how that hire was going to go bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I thought, you know, the better thing was for them to hire somebody like Penny coming out for Josh, somebody like Penny, and hire a Tubby
as his assistant,
do what Larry is doing. And that was not in. And once they hired Tubby, that was never going to happen. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, you talk about how old Nolan Richardson is and all of that. Those are the guys that you wanted. You didn't want another coach of that stature to come and coach behind Penny, who will be interested in being coaching again.
And see, and that's the
what
thing.
You wanted. Yeah.
That's the thing, because even because I liked even though I liked him, I don't know if he's actually not even coach. He's on NBA TV. When they had Sam Mitchell, and he's not nearly as old, but he was a guy, a veteran coach, who did a great job, I think, in his short time here. But you don't want.
Sam just probably could just make more money doing TV. Than he could living in Memphis where he had no ties, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and he can chill.
You know,
just sit down and talk.
Exactly.
But at least it's not another Mike Miller where you have to worry about undercutting and all sorts of ulterior motives. You get a guy.
You know, I used to say that, and it seemed like nobody knew for a minute, so I just quit. I just felt like the crazy person in the room. But Mike was sneaky like that, and Mike ain't as clean cut and crisp as folks tried to make him out to be.
No, and look, the people
around here raping women and everything else. But nobody want to talk about that. You know?
Nobody. Look,
I mean, he was straight Bill Cosby.
I'm telling. Look, Mike is about as political as you can get, but because of he's built his reputation that way. I mean, you got a guy that's on. You got a guy that's on 92.9 right now. Big friend of Mike Miller, and will always talk him up at any turn because he's got that plug. You know what I'm saying? So you know it is what it is, and that's why I wouldn't. You know, if Penny were to leave, though, if he were to go to Orlando in that previous situation, I guarantee you Mike Miller would be the next head coach in Memphis. I don't know how I would feel about that, but I think that would have happened. That's my thought.
Yeah, and think about it. When you think about it, if you're going to go that route, I know it will probably seem out of place now, but had you kept Keelan Lawson, that would make more sense.
Yeah,
if
that's
Penny
true.
leaves, then that's your guy coming out, or Tony Madlock, or you know what I'm saying, or even Andre Turner. I mean, you got guys coming down the pipeline now. You know,
exactly.
Who can do that? But Keelan would make sense because he would have been around. You can't say he's never coached in college. He's never been blocked. By the time this thing happens, he would have been around the college game for years and moved up levels doing what he does. And Keelan is a good coach.
Yeah, definitely.
Even when Keelan won his championship at Hamilton, he didn't have none of his boys.
No.
And he have no superstar that Hamilton normally has around him when he won the state that year.
Yeah.
You know, so Keelan can coach. You know, he can flat out coach.
Then you look at what he did at Wooddale. I mean, come on now.
yeah. I mean, well, he had his boys. Two of his sons. Yeah. So
even
that's a little different. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but he can coach. He didn't. So he proved that at Hamilton to me. He took it. That was a very just average team at Hamilton.
Yeah,
when you look at the guys, you can't name nobody came off of that team.
Nope.
Or anything. But he had those guys working hard, playing. They went always to the state and won. You know. And so he could coach. So, yeah, Miller is, and I'm glad Miller left because he was really that what they call not dry snitching, but he would have been the guy that got the program in trouble.
Absolutely.
I do have some concerns about Larry Brown, though.
Okay.
Not as far as cheating, but I hope. You know, I tend to think people in the game are smarter than me at the game, right? But I have my theories and suspicions. Larry Brown, I hope Penny knows Larry as well as he believes he knows him, because what I do know is Larry is a protege of Calipari. And I kind of worry about that.
Well, Calipari is
I don't know what.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Calipari is his boy.
Mm-hmm.
Calipari is his boy. Him and Larry are tight. Are buddies. In fact, when Calipari got the Memphis job, he was on Larry's bench.
Yeah.
He was Larry's assistant then, and him and Calipari are buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as far as if you need somebody to shoot something down for you, or Penny still getting players to decommit from Kentucky, if you need somebody to send a message up the ladder to say, hey, we got this right here, this guy paid this person right here, or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying,
and that's just a stretch. That's just me reaching. But I have always been because I've always liked Larry Brown. Everywhere he's been, everywhere he's coached, he's a coach.
Yeah,
you know, he's a coach, gym rat. You know,
very much so.
But that's been my concern since Larry Brown's name has come up around here, and I'm like, that's Cal's boy. You know, because I wanted Cal to hire him. I just didn't think he would go for SMU.
Yeah.
But when he took that head guard, like, I guess he's still interested in it because Cal always needed that coach.
I agree.
Right? A coach. You know, he always needed that.
And he probably still does. You know, look at that Kentucky right now.
yeah, he probably still does. he just got along with that, so they ain't gonna never have it for him because he's good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
But one thing about it,
I've always had.
To your point, though, one thing about it, I get that completely. But I guess the main thing I'm looking at is on the court. And when I look at what at SMU, despite what GKP was saying, it's really remarkable that, I mean, they weren't just winning. They were winning at a crazy clip down there. I'm talking about his last year at SMU.
I remember that when GKP was saying that. I was like, nah, I can't say he's just. This was SMU, so it was like they were due.
Yeah,
right?
they were not.
Who was the other SMU ever, right? And you had to go back past the 80s probably.
Yeah.
You know, old Southwest Conference or something. You know, so yeah, man. That was the coaching job. He did at SMU just about what he did at Detroit. You know,
seriously,
and really Kansas.
Yeah,
and really Kansas. I mean, Danny Manning was made great. Under him, he was a superstar, but he wasn't the best. But those other guys, I mean, the team was called Danny and the Miracles. Those other guys were just, you know, they were just average basketball players.
Yep.
And what his cheating happened was he got in trouble at Kansas for something all coaches do now, and it's okay. He gave the parent, no, it wasn't even, I don't think it was illegal. He gave Danny Manning's dad a job.
Yep.
Right? Danny Manning's dad, I think, was a truck driver prior to that. So it was just like he had no experience.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
You know, he gave him a job. And so, but, you know, he took Danny Manning and the rest of those cancer characters and turned it into a championship. So that dude can coach, man.
Oh, no
doubt. That dude can coach. He's in the gym.
And I think...
But if it wasn't him, I would have been having with Nolan Richards. I would have been having with Verdi Steele. But he probably wouldn't have had the name punch that you look for around the country, right? You know, but just to do that job you want Larry Brown to do, Verdi Steele would have been fire too, you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he would have been money for that too.
And good thing about it, I'm about to go here in a minute, but one good thing about it is I know Coach Sales, and I remember the last time I was around, you know, him and, you know, doing the show and everything, and he would still talk about going to practices and talking to Penny and seeing what he sees. So at least you know he's still a voice around. And that's always a good thing when it comes to
I always wanted him to coach Memphis, man. As much as I loved Larry, I believe those years between 85 and 95, we would have won at least one championship if Verdi was on that bench.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's no knock on Larry. My family is close friends with Larry, and I like Larry. And we were some of the people picketing. They better hire this black coach Larry on their bench. You know, that were my folks. You know, so that we wanted that, right? But I'm saying, and Verdi wasn't in the running for that. So, but I'm saying that Verdi, with his style and his coaching ability, and had he had those same players, we would have won one. You know, because man. His style of play was it was Nolan Richardson before Nolan Richardson. I would wonder if Nolan Richardson got his style from him, you know.
That's a lot.
That 40 minutes of hell, run and gun, or run and execute, as Nolan would call it. Not run and shoot, but run and execute. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's been good. I enjoyed the show. I tried not to get. I didn't think I was gonna be interested in it. I wasn't as familiar with the Rachel Nichols thing. I was familiarizing myself with it while y'all were talking about it, and it was very interesting.
Very.
It looks like one person has been in trouble for that whole thing, and it's behind the scenes because she's not anybody in the game, but it was the sister who gave Nichols the tape.
Yeah,
they gave open mic.
They gave Maria Taylor.
Black girl.
Yeah,
she told you better watch your back because this is what they're talking about. Right?
Exactly. And here's the thing.
Now she is some trouble. Ain't nobody talking about that because don't nobody know who she is. Right?
Exactly.
So I hope they got her back, right?
Yeah, and real quick, Jet, to that point, I believe it's a black woman because Maria Taylor actually shouted her out on Twitter by name. And to let people know that
woman. She is a black woman. The woman who gave her the thing told her to watch her back. That's what they said about it, So shout out for her, but I hope they got her back because she's doing that thing we said we all should do for one another,
Absolutely.
She wasn't working out front. She's behind the scenes with the sound crew, the sound equipment, and she had access to it. And when you got access, that's how you should use your access.
Definitely.
They need to protect her. She probably should have gave her some anonymity regarding that, but
true.
She probably wasn't thinking where this would go, though. She probably just like, I'm gonna point it out, and that doesn't matter. Who because to get a person in trouble who gave somebody the tape is you picking that low hanging fruit because you got a big problem. What's going on here?
Yes, sir.
And it's a big image problem. When you got somebody who's supposed to be as liberal as that other girl. Saying things like that, and she thinks she's saying the right thing. She don't think she's saying anything wrong. That's the worst racism and white privilege there is.
Exactly.
It's the white allies who don't get it, right? Who don't get how they're complicit in racism. How you benefit from racism, just because you go out there and say Black Lives Matter. So, man, that's why my litmus test is always when I see these young liberal white guys come to me and they want me to join their group for the water aquifer and whatever, the energy conservancy and all of these other things, I always tell them what you feel about reparations.
Exactly.
If you got something against me, and you got something against me getting reparations, then that's your underlying thing. They won't say they're against it, but yeah, I'm for it, but then they'll add Native Americans or they'll add all these caveats in there. It lets me know they ain't really interested in me doing better. Definitely. They interested in them being a adopted parent to this lost puppy.
Yeah.
That's what they're interested in. They want to feel good about helping people. And if the people rise up, then who you feel good helping. Then you ain't got nobody to help. You got these poor little Tink ain't over there no more.
Look,
he ain't poor and little or Tink.
Exactly. And Chad, you hit it right on the head, man. Really. For real, man. But, man, I appreciate you calling, man, and great stuff as always, brother.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. All right. That's my man, Jet, coming through in the last minute there to hit us up. Of course, we've been watching the whole show. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching, listening, everything else, man. Everybody, if you haven't, go ahead and hit the like button right now as well. You can even do so after the show's over. You can do that. And if you haven't shared it, you can go ahead and do that as well. But that's going to do it for me on today. But I will be back soon, man. You never know, with another edition of Talk Sports Live here on the Talkback Live Network. Until next time, I'll see you.